YouTube, what's going on? Exhibit here, and I got an awesome new video for you guys today. In today's video, we are doing a fantasy prediction slash who's going to win the race at A2. So as you guys know, we do a review on Sundays of the race. So I decided to do a prediction video before the race happens, kind of my thoughts of what's going to happen or who's going to win and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, guys, much love. Also, if you guys want to be a part of the fantasy league, the link will be down in the description below. Make sure you guys join up. The 250 fantasy, or I guess all riders fantasy handicaps are currently out. So they got posted today, which is a Thursday. So that's why I was thinking maybe Wednesday or Thursday we'll do this. But I ordered it from last Moto finish. So basically it gives me who finished in the last or main event, top 22. It gives me an opportunity to figure out if I want to pick someone most likely who makes a main, right? Much rather pick someone that made the main than try to pick someone going crazy, say for like 30 or something. 30 does have a 9 handicap though, so I mean, it's an opportunity to look at, see how well he does. See how well he does at A2 practice. So, right, what up? Okay, so main all-stars, we got all-stars are top 8. Thrasher, Mumford, Freeze, Craig, Hunter, Mosman. I mean, personally speaking, for me, I'm probably going to pick Craig here. Craig's the hottest one on the 250 West right now. He's absolutely flying. I don't think with me not picking him last race, I don't think I would ever pick someone else besides Craig per se. I think he has opportunity to win. Now, I could pick someone like Hunter Lawrence, who's got second back-to-back races. So he has a 1 handicap, maybe Mosman, if we want to get a little like third place and get max points. But I think Craig just comes out and wins. I mean, you guys saw the speed from last week, right? So I think I would definitely go with definitely go with Craig as my all-star pick. Mumford is a pretty good all-star pick with an 8-2. Those two right there probably be one of my 2 picks that I pick for Saturday. With an 8 handicap, and he's an all-star. I mean, you can get 8th and still get first place points. So I mean, that's an opportunity to look at as well. Man, I wish I didn't pick Jalik Swole. It would have been a good pick for A2, non-all-star, top 10. I really like Cole Thompson, another 9th finish. I think he got top 15 at Oakland as well, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have Oakland's results up here, but I believe he did. So it's a really good pick. Non-handicap or non-all-star, handicap 2 though. Kind of he's got to make top 10 to make like double points. I'm more looking for someone that has like a 5 to 10 handicap, non-all-stars. Like a Dylan Walsh is a pretty good pick. 11th last week. He has some great starts. Handicap of 7. That's pretty good. Chris Blows, I think something happened in the main, but he has a handicap of 2, non-all-star. If there's a mad whoop section, I think there's like 2. I think there's only 1 whoop section, so it's a bunch of jumps if I'm not mistaken in this track coming up. It's going to be hard for Blows, I think, to make up time on these young guys. So might stay away from Blows. Let's see here. Carson Brown, top 10, 4. Dylan Schwartz, a 5 handicap. I know he's faster than that, 17th. Brandon Ray, shout out to Dilla. His friend made it in the main. Justin Robel made it into the main with the handicap of 13. Garrett Marchbanks. So, like, I'm afraid of picking Marchbanks because he's injury prone, but, like, he's non-all-star, 0 handicap. This might be an opportunity. If he's not hurt, if he's actually not hurt, to pick this. He could come back and get a top 5, top 6, and get double points, get max points. So be on the lookout for Marchbanks. I think Rodbell is a good pick. Came over last week, was his first race, made the main event. Handicap of 13. That's a pretty good pick. I'd be on the lookout for him too. See what kind of laps he does on Saturday for practice. Dylan Harriman, handicap of 9, finishes 16th. That's pretty good too. I like the handicap of 9 here. puts him into the double points. Let's see here. Is there anybody that like is willing, if I'm willing to risk it, that didn't make the main last week? The only one I'd be willing to risk is 30 here. That's the only one I'd be willing to risk, I think. Trying to look. Yeah, that I think with Seth being out, I think Trixie Stank Dog. I don't think I'm not gonna risk that per se. Good rider, two stroke 125, but I don't think I'll pick him for fantasy per se. The main guys that I'm thinking are either going to be like a Harriman. Let me see what his numbers are for practice. Justin Rodbell, Marchbanks. So Marchbanks being a semi-factory rider, non-all-star, that's a good pick right there. Dylan Walsh has some great starts if he can stay up there in the heat race and make it to the main. Carson Brown's one to look at. I mean, Chris Blows can make top 10 if he doesn't crash, you know. He'll be right up in here with these guys. So, which I respect. Walsh I respect just because he has big, yeah. I mean, Walsh has done really, really well this year so far. So he's definitely one to watch. I haven't picked him all year, but he's definitely one to watch. He's had some really good starts in the heat races. If you can just pull a good start in the heat, make it right out of the heat, that's a really good pick right here. Finishing 11th, handicap of 7, double points. Airman is another good. Finished 16th, 9 handicap. I like Rodbell and I like Marchbanks. So far, these are, if I had to pick 3 that I really like, it would be Dylan Walsh, Rodbell, and Marchbanks as my non-all-stars. And then I would pick a Craig. I'd pick like a Craig, Hunter, or Mosman for my all-star rider. I think that would be my pick for 250s. Now, who do I think is going to get like top 3? I would say top 3 right now. I would say Craig is going to win. I think Craig's going to win. Hunter, and then Mosman. I think it's just going to be that same order. And then Joe's going to take a 4th. However, if Joe can get a good start and not make that little tiny mistake the last 3 races, I could see him pulling off a 3rd, get a podium, get his ball rolling, and get like a 2nd and a 1st later on. I could see that happening too. He's really good. So, and then Walsh, yeah. So Walsh, this is his first year racing Supercross, I believe. He came from overseas, so definitely good for where he's come from. But yeah, I think right now my 250 would be Craig, Walsh, Rodbell, and Marchbanks. Now this could fluctuate once I see the lap times coming in from some of these guys. But as of right now, that's my 250 main, and then jump over to 450. All right, so 450 last week, I did pretty fucking good. I had Chase, Dylan, Malcolm, and then I had Shane McGrath. I mean, that's pretty good. All of these are all-stars beside Dylan. So, like, I mean, Marvin, Justin, or Max would have been a pretty good pick too. But I can't complain. Did pretty well last week. Yeah, Trixie, yeah, he's from New Zealand. The only I really want to keep an eye on. Yeah, I mean, he's riding really good. Walsh is riding really, really good. But for 450, let's see here. For my 450 all-star pick, I like someone with like a bigger handicap. I like someone with a bigger handicap. So like a 6, like Malcolm 6 would have been nice right here if I had him available. Wait a second. Oh, there's Roxon. Okay. But I would probably pick a 5 right here. One of these guys right here, I'm gonna pick probably Anderson, to be honest. You think Barsha will go this weekend considering all the shit he's gone the last few races? I mean, Barsha's a good pick too. A 4 handicap for Barsha. I like Anderson with that 5. Bike problems last week, he wins the race. He won the race in Oakland. Crashed 3 ways or 3rd way into the moto with Barsha. at A1, right? So it should have been a top 5 there. So I kind of like Anderson as my all-star pick. Now my 3 non-all-stars. I think you have to, man, it sucks because I like Marvin, but he's falling back a lot this year. Like he gets a good start and then just falls. He fades. So I'm more looking for like a Max Anstey here. That's a good pick right here. A 5 handicap, got 12th last week, off riding really good. Brandon Hartraff, a 7. That's a pretty good pick right here. I like an Alex Martin making it out, but he's hurt his wrist, so I gotta watch that. Man, honestly, you could, I mean, like from 15 on, any one of these guys that made the main is a good pick. 12 handicap, 12, 11, 12, 10, 10, 7. Any one of these guys would be a good pick. See, I like Alex here. With, like I said, he has an injured wrist, so we'll see what times are. Bogle's going to come back and finish way better than he did. But Bogle might be a good option at 12 handicap. Mitchell Oldenburg, that's a good pick at 7 handicap. Kyle Chisholm, Chiz is going to chiz. That's a good pick with a 10 handicap. Hill did really well last week too. I mean, so honestly, man, 450s is way more up in there than 250s because I'm going to watch all of these guys' lap times in practice. I'm going to watch Hartraff, Oldenburg, Chisholm, Martin, Bogle, see where they stack up, and probably go with one of them. For real, like, I think Bogle's a good pick right here. Hartraff's a good pick. Probably would go with someone more like a Chisholm. Get that 10 handicap. So if he finishes 17th, he gets a 7th, double points. Could get max points. But then again, I can see Dean pulling out a 10th and Dean doing really well. I like Hartraff. I mean, it is up in the air for sure. And you have so many other good people too, like Jerry Robin. I think he's ran 250s. I don't know why he's in the 450s. But you have Starling, you have Moran's, Thurman's good, Cade's good, Bloss is good. You have a bunch of good riders that you can pick from, but I'm sticking to ones that I know will make the mains. I could be wrong. I have 3 so far. I could be wrong, but like a Brayton would be a good pick. As of right now, I'll just pick a rider, but I'm gonna be watching all of these guys' lap times in practice. Like I said, I'll probably go with Chisholm here. Go with like Chiz is gonna chiz, and yeah. So if I like forgot to change my lineup, this is my lineup, and I'm happy with it. I like all of these riders making the main events. Obviously, I'll watch practice, make sure nobody gets hurt, and then change it accordingly. But I like those. I like those picks right here. But yeah, this is my fantasy team. And then for the winners of overall, Pulpmx on a roll, doing really well the last couple weekends. Webb's doing really well as well. I think Anderson's going to be on the box. I think Barsha's going to be like top 5. If I had to pick, I would say Barsha 5th, Cooper 4th, Tomac 3rd, Chase 2nd, Anderson 1st. So Anderson 1st, Chase 2nd, Tomac 3rd, Cooper 4th, Barsha 5th. And then I fucking forgot Roxon. Like, it's so up in the air, chat. It's so up in the air. Like, I don't know. I can see Roxon getting a 3rd, top 3. So maybe put like a Tomac a 6 and then Roxon as like a 3rd. Maybe flip those. That could happen. Anderson's riding so well right now that I see him like trying to pull off another win. So maybe like Anderson, Sexton, Roxon, Webb / Tomac, Barsha, and then Tomac, one of those top 6. I think that could be it. I guess we'll find out when I do my review and who does all the, or who plays what. But I think that's going to be it right there. And then my fantasy team, I'm solid. If I forgot to change my lineup, like I said, I'm happy with this. But we'll change it based on lap times and practice and see how people are doing and flowing. If they're sick or something like that, we got to do that. And then first lap leaders, or first to the finish line, I think it's going to be, 250, it's either going to be Vince Freezy. It's either going to be Vince Freezy or Christian Craig, I think. And then 450, I think it's going to be Ken Roxon. Where's 94? I think it's going to be Ken Roxon. I think it's going to be Ken Roxon. Or maybe like a Chase Sexton type deal. But Chase doesn't have that great of starts per se. Either like a Ken Roxon or a Marvin Muskie. And Marvin has really, really good starts. So, but yeah, Marvin. I think Marvin has really good starts, so he could be right there. It's either going to be Ken or Marvin, and then we have Craig or Vince Freezy. I think that's first to the finish line selections if I chose one. I don't like doing it because I always get them wrong, and then I lose points. So not doing that. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's my predictions for this weekend. I think that's what's going to happen. And yeah, I guess we'll see. I just don't know, but I'm excited for A2. The track on TFC that we practiced yesterday was absolutely heat. So many good rhythm sections. So I'm excited to see what the boys can put down for A2. So yeah. So predictions, that's it. And we'll see what happens on Saturday. So